Hi, it's Valen again. I didn't do a video when I got my PIP review form. According to this, it was on the 18th of February and it had to be in by the 18th of March, I think. Now, I filled it in and I sent it back on a tracked service, which is something I suggest everyone does, so that they can't say that they didn't receive it. So I sent it on the 12th of March and I received a text message on the 13th of March saying that they'd received it. I've even gotten a lovely picture of the stack of PIP forms that they received, signed for by a man called Dave, apparently. Today, however, I received a letter. Personal independence payment. Reminder. Please return your award review, how your disability affects you form. Dear Mr. Cook, we sent you a letter on the 18th of February 2024. We asked you to fill out an award review, how your disability affects you form. Our records show... I'm skipping the rest of it because it's just crap. Our records show that we have not received your form back yet. Well, I've got a receipt with a tracking number which says you did receive it on the 13th of March, and I've got a text message saying that you received it. So, DWP, which incompetent wanker sent me this letter saying that you haven't received it yet? Is it you're trying to cut my PIP and trying to give a spurious reason for it? It just goes to show you how incompetent the DWP really is and how they will do anything to try and take someone's benefit away from them. So do be wary if you do get one of these forms, whether it's PIP, ESA or some sort of disability thing for the universal credit. I don't know how that works. I haven't been transferred to universal credit yet. But if you do get a form, I know it costs a lot. It cost me about £8 to send it. But send it, recorded delivery, next day. Because then you have proof, both from the Royal Mail, and you should get a text message, if you've got a mobile that is, you get a text message from the DWP saying that they've received it. So they then cannot turn around and say they didn't get it. Because otherwise, you have no proof. I have proof now. I have proof from both the DWP and the post office. You will too if you send it via a tracked service. It doesn't have to be next day. I just did that because I expected something like this. So don't send it back via the free post, because it took them 2 weeks to get a second class free post letter to me with the form in it. So if you don't send it the very day you get it, which if you're like me, it takes time to find all the stuff that you need, for God's sake, send it back on a tracked service. Even if you have to ask someone for the money and you pay them back as quickly as you can. Don't let the DWP screw you out of your money. This has been what I thought might have been an easy assessment thing. I mean, it's hell anyway. And there's a possibility that I may have to go to an assessment, which will be even more hell. But I thought this part would have been the easy part. So, although it wasn't originally an assessment hell, it bloody well is now. So, here's another of the assessment hell series of videos. But this time at least I've got proof against the DWP and I've got advice for you. Make sure you, if you have to send back a form, get the proof as well. Send it back. Do not send it via their free post. Like I said, I know it costs a lot, especially if, like me, you've got 25 pages of evidence to send back with. But if you send it via the tracked service and you do it on the quickest one possible, one, in case there's a problem on the postal service, it should still get there. You've got proof that you've posted it at least. And then if there isn't a problem, they've got it the next day. You've got proof from both places. If you get text messages from the DWP, you will have proof from two places. And with the post office, they have to take a photo of it. So although it hasn't specifically got my one in the photo, it has got the stack that they've got there. And as every item that has been sent, tracked, has to be barcode read by the deliverer, you have got proof that it is there. And someone has to sign for it too. So although it's a generic Dave, you have proof that someone received it. And then if you get the text messages from the DWP, you've got proof from the DWP as well. So if you are someone who has to deal with this sort of situation where you have to send in forms about your disability or your sickness or your reason for being on particular benefits, or you know someone who does, please use this video, distribute it to the people who will be affected that you know, or take heed of the advice I'm giving you in this video if you are affected yourself, because the DWP will do everything it possibly can to take your benefits away from you. And they'll use the excuse, we didn't receive it, as one of the biggest excuses, because they will at least stop your money for a block of time until you send another form in. But if you've got proof that you've already sent it in, then someone there is going to get bollocked. Because to send out a letter saying they haven't received it when they have, means that someone there is not doing their job properly. And hopefully that means that person will get bollocked. So, sorry for the bit of bad language, but it is important that this message gets out to people who are going to be affected by this. Do not use the free post address. Don't assume it's going to get there. Make sure it does. Send it via a tracked service. I think the service I got was next day guaranteed delivery service. And it comes with a tracking number so that you can go onto their website or their app if you've got a smartphone. You can type in that and you get when it was delivered, in my case 6 a.m, you get a photo which either has yours or a picture of the stack of mail that went there that day, but it's still proof, even if it doesn't show your exact envelope, because everything has to be scanned by the person delivering it. So, and like I said, if you've got a mobile phone, make sure you've got the ability to, or you've okayed the ability to get text messages from the DWP, because they have to say that they have to send you a text message saying they've received it if they've received it. Don't let the DWP try and screw you out of your out of even a portion of what you are entitled to. You get a pittance enough as it is, so make sure they can't say we didn't receive it when they have. Have the evidence. Unfortunately, by the time I'd opened the letter, it was too late for me to phone today, so I'm going to be phoning Monday. And what I might do is actually record the phone call and put a video up on Monday with the audio of that call. That will be full of expletives, believe me, and I will let them know up front that I am going to be recording it, because they record for training and quality purposes. So do I. Everything that every interaction I have with the DWP on the phone, I record. And I'm quite willing to upload all my recordings onto YouTube with commentary as we go through. So that should be fun, shouldn't it? See you later. Like I said, do share this around if you know anyone who is going to be affected by this sort of situation, because we need to make sure that the pittance that we get as people on sickness and disability benefits actually get to keep the money coming in, rather than, as we've seen, the war against the sick and disabled is coming into a new phase again, especially given the rhetoric coming from the Labour Party. Things ain't going to get any better for us. So we need to be doubly, triply sorry, brain fog. we have to nail down the proof, and we have to be vigilant That's the word. We have to be triply vigilant now, because things ain't going to get better even under the next Labour government. And it will be a Labour government unless all the people who are flocking away from the Labour Party and going to other parties manage to make a significant difference in the general election that's coming up. So do share the video to anyone who's going to be affected by this that you know, and I'll see you on the next video.